Hello, my name is Lisa Love and I'm a clinical nurse specialist. I'm the owner of Mindful Guidance Coaching and Counseling. And I thought I would share a tutorial with you on a very simple to use, life-changing tool that helps you to discern what's in your best interest to do or to eat or what supplements to take. So it's not something that you can use to predict the future. It's called health kinesiology or muscle testing. And there's several different ways to do it, and I learned it over 30 years ago, and I have found it indispensable. So we have different ways of knowing and understanding what our body needs. And with muscle testing, you are tapping into the wisdom of your body's electrical system. And so just like the game Red Rover, when you all held hands, I don't know if you all remember this, but you all held hands and you have someone run through and try to break through. And so you're going to use the same kind of principle, only in this case, if something is health enhancing, you're going to naturally be stronger and be able to resist that breakthrough. And if something is diminishing of your health or not as strong of a support, then you're going to have a weakening, because the electrical system is what innervates your muscles and muscle fibers to contract or to relax. So your body knows, it's inherently intelligent. It knows what's in its best interest. And sometimes we get way too attached to ideas of what we think would be in our best interest, or we have strong preferences that can override what our body's wisdom is. So let's talk a little bit about attitude. The kind of attitude that you need to take when you're going to douse is one of curiosity, humility, and even detachment. So you have to suspend your personal preference, knowing that once you get your answer, you still have free will to choose to do whatever you want. So it's not like you have to follow blindly what guidance you get from your body, but it's more like opening up a conversation with a part of yourself that's wiser than maybe your personality or your ego. The other things that you need to do is to make sure that you're not distracted and that your focus is as clear and strong as it would be if you were on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange at 4 p.m. doing the last minute deals of the day on a Friday. And you also want to make sure that you're connecting to your higher self or your expanded self for the best quality of input. And then you also want to make sure that you're clear. And by clear, I mean energetically clear. So that would include not being too attached to the answer. That would mean that you feel rested and hydrated, and that your focus is good. So if you're hungry or you're tired or you're distracted, that's not a good time to douse. Anything else? Then you just need to figure out which way you're going to do it. So one of the simplest ways is to take your non-dominant hand and make a loop between your pinky finger and your thumb. And there's several ways that you can do that. You can have them just meet. You can have your thumb overlap your pinky finger, or you can make kind of a pincer. And then with your dominant hand, you're going to use your thumb and your index finger to try to open up the space between these two, okay? So I like to use a circle, and I'm going to ask to be connected to my higher self. I'm going to wait just a few moments. And then I'm going to ask, am I connected? And then for 1 second, I'm going to try to press these fingers apart and try to match the same amount of effort with this hand as I do with this hand, okay? Am I connected? And now I'm going to ask, am I clear? Okay, so that stayed strong. Now I'm going to ask if my name is Alexandra. No. So my no is a pretty quick weakening and a very big opening. But somebody else's no might look like this. Or you might just feel a slight weakening, a slight separation. So as long as you know that you can discern one from the other, then you're good to go. If it's not clear, then ask your body to amplify the answer, to strengthen the answer. Another way you can practice is to hold your hands over your right side and say, show me a yes, show me a no, and you hold this over your left side. Yes, no. Now there's a second method, which is using a pendulum, which is anything that has weight that dangles. So I'm just grabbing this necklace here, and I'm going to ask to show me a yes. And for me, it always goes in a clockwise circle. Show me a no, and I'm thinking no, feeling no, and it switches directions and goes counterclockwise. For other people, it may be that it goes forward and back for yes and side to side for no, or it might go straight back and forth any direction for a yes and a circle for no, or vice versa. All you have to do is ask and see that it's consistent each time. But I like the finger method because it doesn't look too woo-woo. You can do it under the table, you can do it with your hands in your lap, and it's pretty unobtrusive. So let's see. So I'm going to do the steps again. So I'd like to be connected to my higher self. Am I connected? Am I clear? Okay. And then whatever question you want to know the answer to, you ask in a yes-no format. So is it in my best interest to get 8 hours of sleep per night? Do I need more? Do I need to have uninterrupted hours of sleep to get my best rest? Yes. Okay. How much water? Now here's a question. How much water should I drink in a day? Should I drink 20 ounces, 40 ounces, 60 ounces, 80 ounces, 100 ounces, more than 100 ounces, 120 ounces, 110 ounces, more than 110, 110, less than 110, 110 ounces of water a day, okay? So that's how you can fine tune it. Now say you want to check and see what supplements you should be taking. You want to have the supplements out in front of you, take off the top, and either take out a pill and put it in your hand or just sniff the bottle, and then ask, is this supplement in my highest interest to take? Now, because there might be several substances or several brands of the same supplement that you could choose from, you can ask, show me a percentage of benefit, because you want to have the thing that's the best fit and the best use of your time and money. So you would ask, is this supplement in my highest interest to take? And I'm going to pretend. Show me percentage benefit, greater than 50%, greater than 60%, greater than 70%, greater than 80%, greater than 90%, 81, 82, 83, 82. Okay, so I've got something in my mind that is 82% effective. And now I'm going to check another supplement that's the same supplement but made by a different company. And I would do the same thing again. And if it's a higher percentage benefit, great. So if you're finding something that's 80% beneficial or lower, chances are you can find something that would be a better fit for you. So I think that's pretty much it in a nutshell, and I look forward to hearing if this is helpful for you. It's also helpful to practice on things that are not super significant. So easy questions, ones that don't have a lot of emotional energy behind them, like whether you should have a certain kind of tea, again, how much water. In the restaurant, if you're looking at the menu, you can kind of scan the menu and douse under the table which would be in my highest to eat, and see what shows up positively. You may be surprised, and the more you listen to your body's guidance, the clearer and the more consistently you will get input from it. It's like it wants to be asked. It's like, oh, thanks, you finally asked for my input, you know, and all along it's been trying to give you messages more subtly. But this is a great tool for opening an active dialogue and asking any question. And then, you know, see what your answer is and see how that feels. And if it feels in alignment with what you'd like to do, then go ahead and do it. And if not, go ahead and do the other thing the way you would normally choose to do it. And just keep practicing. Thanks, and I wish you well.